Before we go any further, I want to apologize to you personally. And I didn't, I always wanted to sit down and have a conversation with you. I didn't know if that was going to be possible. But I was always hoping that I got an opportunity to bump into you, because I made a comment, I think it was like September, October, and I told a joke, and I said it in jest, but I believe the joke would have been just as funny had I left you out of it. So for any unwanted attention, harm, shame, embarrassment that I caused you or your family, I want to say, as a man, as I sit here before you, I apologize.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Now, if you watch any Shannon Sharpe stuff, like the nightcap that he does with Ocho, you know that they get into it, right? They do a lot of guy talk. So I was kind of surprised whenever he apologized to Meg. And I didn't know the joke. I didn't recall the joke. But after I got done watching this interview, the YouTube algorithm went ahead and showed me the joke. And I'll go ahead and put a clip of it right here.
That's really gonna work. That's the point of her name. The point of her being a stallion. It supersedes anything that you're saying.
I know she.
So I think
good.
Are you scared?
No, but hey, I understand, Ocho. My grandpa used to say, "Boy, they can look down longer than you can look up. They look up longer than you can look down." You know what I'm saying, Ocho? But hey,
yes, sir.
I have a stretched out like a 2:45. You know what I'm saying, Ocho? Don't play with me, Ocho. You better stop playing with me, Ocho.
Now, one of the main reasons I always like nightcap was because it reminds me of, like your uncles or your grandpa and your father, and y'all just get together, y'all just talk about past experience and stories. Y'all may over exaggerate and whatnot. Now, granted, he is in a celebrity space, so I can see how that could be seen in bad taste, but I didn't see it was really that much of a harm that warrant an apology. If anything, it was just him being more lustful compared to a lot of other stuff I heard about her, but it was still respectful for him to apologize to her. But here's my opinion about some of the stuff I saw in the interview he did with Megan Thee Stallion, though.
Well, this was very unexpected. I never expect that Shannon Sharpe to apologize to Megan Thee Stallion just for a simple joke that he told a very long time ago. Now, here's the thing. I can understand if you apologize to a woman that didn't put herself out there in a very sexual way, who has the passive history that Megan Thee Stallion does. But it's Megan Thee Stallion. And I'm not trying to discount that woman or insult her, and people can't change. But let's look at her track record right quick. She slept with her best friend's man, which is Tory Lanez. She was inquiring about her other friend's man. She has a history of being very promiscuous out in the music industry. You cannot find a rapper, especially a southern rapper, that hasn't claimed they have not messed around with Megan. Even to Megan's own words of her mouth, saying that she's now going to be celibate. I believe she said that a while ago. It's just very interesting that he feels the need to apologize to her. Now, I understand he wanted to have a respectful conversation with her. Maybe that was part of the condition of the whole entire interview that they had together. But my question is, how come he didn't ask Megan to apologize to Houston or to the people out in the general public? And the main reason I said Houston, because everybody knows she's from there, but Houston has been in the news for a completely different reason recently, and that's her skyrocketed STD rates. Now, Megan Thee Stallion is not known for her celibacy, being cautious or careful whenever you are being intimate. She's all about, just getting it in. And art imitates life, and sometimes life imitates art. Either way, though, she has a lot of fans that she could have a positive impact on if she was to change her stance and viewpoints on a few things. So for Shannon Sharpe to not to hold her accountable in any way, shape, or form whenever he's doing an interview with her is very surprising and kind of disappointing a little bit. So the underlying tone in this interview, that at least what I took away from it, is that Megan Thee Stallion kind of wants a relationship. And she mentioned people lying to her, using her, things of that nature. But one thing that kind of stood out to me the most was that most women, or when they were girls, they want to marry somebody of a high status, like a prince, somebody very rich, etc., etc. However, a lot of the times they lose sight of the ultimate goal and fall short of what they want or who they're trying to attract by being very promiscuous, like Megan Thee Stallion has been. And again, her words, not the words of her mouth and others, so allegedly that's what they've been said. She hasn't came out and disputed any of it. The only thing she really tried to dispute was the whole entire Tory Lanez thing, and again, that came out that she lied to everybody in court. So she spent $1 million on a ring for herself. Okay, great. And then she made a comment about how she may want to get she has to get like a checkout prince or something. Realistically speaking, what man would spend $100,000 on a ring from Megan Thee Stallion? And I'm being honest because if you think about it, if you're famous and she stays in the rap industry and you're with her, how often you're gonna run across a man that has been in or on your woman? And why would you value her that much to buy her $100,000 ring? Now let's not even talk about $1 million ring. At best, I don't see her dating somebody completely broke, but at best I see somebody buying her a $10,000 ring if they do choose to finally put a ring on it and marry her. And if she's able to find a man that can afford something like that, she'll be lucky. And I hate to say it like this, and I know this is probably an old talking point that's been said by a lot of people, but the older a woman gets and the more bodies that she has, the less likely of her getting a very good quality man. It's very rare when a man will go ahead and overlook that. But what does work in Megan Thee Stallion's favor, she doesn't have any kids. So whatever man, or at least she doesn't have any kids as of right now. Let me put it this way. So if she was lucky enough to find a man who was able to overlook her past because she did change her ways, because again, I believe she said she was going to be celibate moving forward, then that would mean they won't have no baby daddy drama to deal with. And that's a big bonus there. I know I learned a long time ago from when I was younger. You don't ask a woman her body count, because 9 times out of 10, they're either going to lie to you or it's going to make you feel very insecure. The problem with that is Megan Thee Stallion already has a history of lying about her body count or who she has been with. So whatever she says, most men are not going to take it seriously. They're going to think she's lying automatically. And it's very unfortunate because by watching this interview, she seems like a very sweet woman. She really does. And it seems like she's a hard-working woman. Now, granted, nobody's perfect. She does have a lot of questionable things in her present and past, especially the people she dealt with and things that has happened to her. But overall, at her core, she seems like a sweet woman. With that being said, being a sweet woman is not enough to get you the kind of man that you will want, the ideal man you had when you were a little kid. That comes from keeping your leg closed and telling men no. So does that mean she's not gonna sing or perform or rap any more songs that she did before that didn't encourage a safe lifestyle? And hey, I'm all for everybody enjoying adult activities as long as it's a responsible way. But her home city, her home town, Houston, is in the news for pretty much a crisis. Now, I have my own thoughts and theories about Houston, and I don't think the numbers are true. But since it is a big thing in the news, I would like to hear her say something about that during that 2-hour interview. Well, not even really 2 hours, like an hour and some minutes interview she had with Shannon Sharpe. And speaking of which, that was actually a short interview that she had with him. I was kind of surprised about that.
I only paid like $1 million for my ring.
$1 million?
I gotta set the tone for the man that I want in the future. Cause you gotta know what I want. I ain't gonna never let nobody shortchange me.
Man, you do realize $1 million for a diamond is a lot?
Yes. A man. I do things.
Now, will Megan ever get that man? I highly doubt it. But that's just another part I just want to add to this, because I just thought that was interesting when she said that. Unless she's going to pull one of those situations where she marries a man or gets with a man and she gives him the money to buy the ring that she wants, then cool. But any man who's with her that's going to be spending money out of his own pocket, I just don't see that happening for her. Well, anyways, you guys tell me what you think. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day. Thank you.